it's starting to come out. I've been holding it in for too long. Yeah, it's starting to come out. And I can't pretend anymore. Oh, I'm yours. Never thought I'd even try. After just one day, it's special, yeah. But there is something in your eyes. Ooh, one false move and you'll be gone. You made me, baby, it's alright. I can't tell if, baby.
You couldn't make this stuff up.
In this moment,
Yes.
I cannot say what's wrong or right.
No.
It's not hard to believe, 'cause I'm addicted to the light. The way I fall, and I need to say, with you, you're in I fall, it's
Age, city, gender. Let's get it.
Nothing can stop me, 'cause I'm addicted to realize the way I fall, and I need to say, with you, I fall.
The age of it all. Bop ba da bop ba da ba da bop. 'Cause I'm fine no matter what. Bobbity bobbity bop, we are back, we are back, we are back. Shout out to the CIA, one love to the FBI. Feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies in the house. Let's see how's everything looking. Live test from a new sit-up. Bobbity bobbity bop, we are back, we are back, we are back. All right, so I'm going to be relying on you guys to, moderators, let me know how everything is sounding. I think things sound good. All right. Doing a little bit of a different setup, changing the format a little bit on the show. Obviously, shorter lead-in music. Over here doing the monologue, let me get straight to it. Here's the thing. Do me a favor, make sure you hit the like button and go ahead and share out to people, let them know we are live. Bobbity bobbity bop, we are back. So here's the thing. I'll do the candle and the fragrance over there, but tonight I'm rocking Fucking Fabulous from Tom Ford. And the candle of the evening is Laurier 62. But you see the two people who are on the thumbnail. Welcome Kanye West and welcome Drake to men's-centric content, men's-centric universe, the MCU. Welcome, guys. What took you so long? We've been waiting for you. What have we been waiting for? We have been, there's an echo when the music is playing. Hold on. Let's turn the music off. Let's make sure we only have one sound in here. Yep, we should only have one sound. It's probably echo because the walls aren't as padded as it is in a typical studio. Just something we're gonna have to work through. Next I'll have my lavalier mic so it won't be as far down. But anyway, Drake has been in the news a lot lately. Let me start up this way. It's funny to me, and a lot of guys over here in men's content, men's lifestyle content, eventually everybody comes over here. I started out in men's style, men's fragrance, whether you're in fitness, whether you're in fashion, lifestyles, cars, watches, finance, real estate, cooking, pranks, whatever. All men end up over here. Why? Because of women. Because of women and the relationships we choose to have with women. I don't care who you are, eventually you're going to find yourself in conflict with a woman, and many guys find out that their celebrity, their fame, their money doesn't protect them from a lot of stuff that guys over here have been talking about. It's amazing how many, you know what it takes to turn a guy to listen to the men-centric content? A divorce. A divorce or a breakup. A divorce or a breakup. Even guys who are not married have found their way over here. Why? Well, we have two of the most prominent rappers in the world in the headlines right now. Drake. Drake has been everywhere on Hot Sauce Gate. I'm going to actually put in my 2 cents on that a little bit later on today. I stopped by the lead attorney's channel and gave my 2 cents on it. But you got a man over there in Drake who is, whether the story is true or not, arguably he's been doing his level best to protect himself as well as possible. Got consent forms signed, did everything a man can do. And then here are the rumors that he's being sued by some Instagram model who went into the trash to retrieve a used condom to do the old turkey baster trick. This stuff is as old as time. Guys have seen this forever. And now Drake is having to, whoa. How does that look? Now Drake is finding Kevin Samuels Kanye collabo would be crazy. Stranger things have happened. Now Drake finds himself in the court of public opinion trying to defend himself from trying to take care of himself. Fast forward to Kanye West. Kanye West is the husband of Kim Kardashian. They have several children. Kanye is a bona fide billionaire. But to hear Kanye talking but what happened recently? We find out Kanye went live on his Instagram talking about how his estranged wife and family were keeping him away from his daughter's birthday party. The difference, and the funny thing is, he has a platform. Obviously, Kanye has a platform. He has a voice. You can't keep men with millions of. You can't keep men of that size quiet. What happens? He ends up going to the birthday party. Everything is copacetic. But here's the funny part. If you've been listening to these guys talk about their personal lives, how they were raised, they sound a lot like the men we hear over here. And so many women characterize men talking about justifiable grievances and issues as if men are complaining. Man up, shut up, stop complaining. To where now you can't even be a billionaire and have any rights. And if you were if you're 100 millionaire, you still got to watch what you do with your trash in your house. That's where we come today, folks. We're at a point to where we're in straight up bizarro land. What's next? What's going to happen next? What is going to happen next before people start to realize that men deserve to be treated as equal as women say they want to be treated? Hot sauce. Yeah, hot sauce gate. Hot sauce gate. Yeah, this lighting is a little bit off in here, but we'll get that better. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Now, you guys have heard me talk about the concept of high value men. High value men are not just men with money. They're men with money, connections, status, influence, and they're using it to help others. We're going to get into more, we're going to get more into how high value men are offensive. Stay tuned. All right, let's move on to the next spot. Y'all like the fireplace? Oh, that's Chanel, by the way. That's Muse, that's Chanel. Let's go over here. Do 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 do. Excuse me, guys. I'm still getting over illness. All right. How's everybody doing? We are back over here. And let's get into the program. Let's make sure the audio is good. Seamless transition as it would be. In. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Audio is good. All right. Now, why is this important? Why is this important? Because, you know, when you are certified lover boy like Drake, or you're a married man like Kanye West, a lot of those guys may feel like they are separated a lot from single, everyday men. Next week is Men's Week. Next week is Men's Week. We go back with men's content and we push this thing forward. But I'm going to touch a little bit on men's stuff right now. Men's, as far as when it comes down to men, there are three basic masculine archetypes: the refined archetype, the rogue archetype, and the rake archetype. And then I've broken it down into segments into Esquire, GQ, and Playboy. Most men will find themselves in one stage of development with a particular masculine archetype. What I'm going to be talking about a lot more this year is archetypes, not just individuals. Just like I talked about the women, the averages, the attorney, the entrepreneur, the realtor, the PhD, the PhD nurse, you know, all that kind of stuff. We're going to be talking about much more about archetypes. Why? Because everybody can relate to an archetype. Everybody has an archetype and everybody can kind of relate to an archetype. So here we go. Camera 1, camera 3. Camera 3 is actually going to be another spot too. But we're going to do camera 1, camera 3, camera 2. As we continue to move on, folks. So we're good. Everybody's good. Let me shut down the interview chat. Shut this down. That looks good, so we can shut that down. Put that here. Network cameras. Turn that off. Boom. Likes and reactions. So here we go. All right. So here we go. Here's the funny part. You would think a guy who's a billionaire should be able to see his kids. You would think a guy who is a billionaire should be able to see his kids and have no problem. That's what you would think, but that ain't what this world has shown us.
You couldn't make this stuff up.
You can't make this stuff up.
You couldn't make this stuff up.
You can't make this stuff. You can't make this stuff up. What happened? We still going good. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make it up. Why can't you make it up? Because the public, the world would have you believing that everything that's going wrong in relationships today is men's problem. It's men's fault. Men are the big bad boogeyman that instigate and do everything, and women are just the victims. Well, let's talk about it. Kanye West was actually on, Candle of the Evening, Laurier 62, Fragrance. Fucking fabulous. I started to do Tuscan Leather, but I did Tuscan Leather the other day in honor of Drake. Kanye West, like many men, is starting to find out their daddy's side of the story. They're starting to find their daddy's side of the story. Somebody said, I continue to set the bar. You guys have no idea what's about to happen in 2022. Hey, we're about to take off. Kanye West, like many men over in men's content, is starting to find out his daddy's story. Guys, hit the like button. Hit the like button, hit the like button. Hit the like button, hit the like button. Kanye is starting to find out his daddy's story. And what is that? He's starting to find out that his mother, who arguably he loves and has a lot of respect for. He loves his mother, has a lot of respect for his mother, but what's the problem? Kanye is starting to find out that his mother wasn't an angel that we all try to make our mothers out to be. What's he finding out? Kanye, for a period of time, lived in Atlanta. And as he told the story on Drink Champs, there was a time, where he was separated from his father, and he didn't want to be separated from his father, from his kids like his father was. But now, like most guys, we grew up hearing it, the old stories. Men ain't this, blah, blah, blah. And Kanye tells the story now, his mother's passed on. Now he turns to find out that his mother actually was living here in Atlanta. She was an actress and something else. She went to Chicago to pursue to follow her dreams, her passion, whatever. And then it fell through, and then she decided to, she ended up staying in Chicago for a job. In other words, she wrecked her own home. How many times how many families in our community, black families in particular, have women taken their PhD off to follow their own dream, fractured their own home, and then thrusted their kids into hardcore situations? I have heard so many men talk about how proud they are. I'm gonna buy my mama this, I'm gonna do my mama that. So many of us are son husbands walking around while other groups of men get to go out and plan for the future for their family. What is the difference? Kanye's a billionaire, and he is just now coming into the truth, the understanding that this system is jacked up. Women have the advantage, and men, no matter who you are, when a woman decides she doesn't want to play fair with you, you are at the mercy. Everybody don't have 10 million followers on Instagram like Kanye. Everybody's not certified lover boy like Drake. Most guys just get stuck in process. And why is that important? It's important because now it's starting to shed a light on why so many men are shying away from relationship, shying away from marriage. Look at Dr. Dre paying millions of dollars. Ladies, you need to start understanding that this is only going to get worse for you guys. Because now, what's being shown by Kanye West and Drake is high value men are now on the offensive. Gone are the days of men playing defense, trying to play nice, happy wife, happy life, get along, go along, get along. Shout out to the Go Along, Get Along gang. Shout out, Kanye. Trying to get along with everybody and do that kind of stuff,
You couldn't make this stuff up.
Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Going along to get along, trying to play nice, such and so forth. When it all comes down to when she decides, she changes her mind, she can keep you away from your family, your money, your resources, your everything. And you left on the internet trying to do the Tyrese, I want to see my baby. Why are you doing this to me? I am so sick of men, black men in particular, having to resort to the internet to plead for the public to just be men in their houses. But Kanye has actually done us a favor. He started digging into his life and started saying, you know what? My mom, as much as I love her, she moved me away from my best friend and my daddy. And a lot of boys had this situation happen. Your mama, you followed your mama, and your mama moved you away from your father and made you not like your daddy because you had to defend your mother. And then only at age 40 are so many men finally starting to realize, wait a minute, maybe my dad was right. And you know what happens? You know what tends to be the aha moment is when they have problems with their woman. A divorce, child support, family court, something is where men who would normally have go women, blah, 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 start to realize that, wait a minute, mine too. Who else was in the news here lately? Meg Thee Stallion and what's her boyfriend's name? Partisan Fontaine. He got feminist tattooed on his side because I love women so much and the Mother Earth Queen, such and so forth, blah, blah. And now he's in the news talking about, I got to get away from this woman because when she's drunk, she's a mean drunk. Yeah. Y'all want to paint men who are speaking about men's issues as misogynists and people who hate women and hate their mothers. And more men are starting to come around and say, now, wait a minute. What's going on here? What's the common denominator? You can't say Kanye West has been involved in a bunch of violence and this and that. He's a billionaire, business owner, mogul, genius on a lot of levels. Drake is your lover boy. But you look at all the problems that high value men have, and they tend to, high value man's biggest fear, biggest Achilles heel is women. And now men are starting to realize it's time to stop playing defense. It's time to go on the offense. And you ladies are put on notice.
I don't need a cookbook.
You're going to need more than a cookbook. You're going to need a new playbook because now men are starting to compare notes and starting to realize that not only can you just take, because I was talking to women before who I don't want to sign a prenuptial agreement. A prenuptial agreement, that's the easiest thing you're going to sign. You're going to have to sign, Dave Chappelle was a visionary. Prenuptial agreement, you got to sign non-disclosure agreements, consent agreements, all other kind of stuff. And then you're going to have to turn up. Ladies, don't be surprised if you go into a man's house and he has you check in, drop your phone, drop everything else at the beginning. And then you have to, if you think about when people work at retail. When people work at retail, when women work at retail, they can't carry their bags in there. They got to carry a plastic bag or a plastic backpack. But women to do all that to go work at a retail job, well, damn, they should need to come in wearing that stuff in your house, take their shoes off, do a check-in, check-out, swab, fingerprint, DNA, everything else. And then understand something. If they decide they want to act up, go to the press, guys, high-value men are starting to play offense. High-value men are starting to play the PR game, the image game, the public narrative game. And I am happy for it. One of the things I wanted to see was men start taking control of the narrative in their own lives, using what uses to being Dr. Dre and having 800 million if you're getting beat up in the press every day. And you're starting to see more men, more black men actually start waking up and say, well, wait a minute. That's me too. That's right. That's right. Ladies, high value men are on the offense now. They're on the offense. That means you ladies who want to be with these men, you got an entirely different dynamic 2022 going ahead because these stories are not the minority. And you can't classify every man who has a legitimate grievance as being a misandrist, toxic, hate their mama, down low, gay, whatever. It's too many, too much, too often, 24/7, 365. Bottom line, like I said, you got to understand this is what's out here. And it's funny because when you're in the barbershop, you start hearing guys talk about this, about that, and then the guy will come in like Kanye and we be like,
You couldn't make this stuff up.
You can't make it up. It boggles the mind, some of the stuff that women think that they can get away with. A woman can go into your house, your private residence, and dig through your trash that you intended, and she has no idea what your intentions was, and she really thought that she was going to be able to hit that dude for a lick. Now, I want you, so when I talk to you ladies and I'm hard on the women, y'all always want to give women the benefit of the doubt. What do y'all say about that woman? I have not seen any women who normally criticize men say a mumbling word about this woman who dug in the trash to insert a condom in herself in an attempt to get pregnant. Y'all want to know why I question women's stories? Why I don't just believe without proof? This is why. Because that woman could have easily gone into court, cried, and said, we had sex, and then he left me, and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to upload the segment I did over at the lead attorney's stuff today, but I want to get right to it, ladies. Ladies, are you ready to play offense with high value men? Are you ready for what's coming next? Because these men are not playing games. These guys are not playing games, and you ladies have a problem. You got a problem. The problem is now men understand their value. Men understand their worth. And they're not taking it anymore. Men understand their value. Men understand their worth. And they are not taking it anymore. So now what are you going to do? What are you ladies going to do? How are you as a woman going to separate yourself from the crowd to let the men you want understand that you're not just like everybody else? Because over here, we tell men, don't judge a woman based on what she says. Don't judge her on her intent. Judge her based upon one thing and one thing only, her actions. And many women today, your actions are lacking and you're being discovered. You're being found out. Guys, if you guys want me to open the call line, well, you know what? I tell you what, I said open the call line. I meant to. Open the call line.
You couldn't make this stuff up.
Hit the like button. Hit it up. Like button, come on. Hit them up. Come on, hit the like button. Let's get it going. So we can get the call line open and popping. Get the conversation started. I want to hear from you ladies. What do you think the future's going to hold? All right, ladies, what do you think the future's going to hold? Sorry. What do you think the future's going to hold? Do you think you're going to continue to be able to do this? What do you think the future is going to hold? You're going to continue to be able to do this? Because understand, it's not just millionaires and billionaires. It's not just rappers and entertainers. It's everyday guys. Everyday men are comparing notes and getting it done. Everyday men are starting to understand that this is what's going on out here. Y'all want the gender war to be over? You want men to go back to being traditional men and protectors, providers, and teachers? How do you do that when women are willing to go through the trash to make a baby? What are you going to do, ladies? But we're going to leave it up to you. Let's open the call lines and let's get it going. Luna.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de
Recording in progress.
Funny, funny, para saber dónde verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero, pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios todo lo ve, que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré, no vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón, porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Money
PhD, but you can't find the man.
Money work. De corazón, la plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón, la plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work.
PhD.
El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunático.
All right. So here's what's going on, people. Appreciate your godfather's been in the lab. Yes, Men's Week is going to be next week. The shows are going to be 90 minutes. I'm cutting down the musical format. Y'all know I love music. It's still going to be good lines and so forth. We're changing the pacing. I've been working on the new format for the last 3 to 6 months. And I got sick at the end of the year. So a lot of things weren't able to be implemented. So you guys saw what I did down in Miami. I'm going to be going to LA doing some filming, New York doing some filming. And I hope, I don't want to announce the spring just yet. I'm getting out and about in the field where the work is real, and I'm going to be collaborating with other people, smaller content creators and larger ones. You know how that goes, because I'm not trying to dominate the conversation. I'm trying to have a conversation and get this thing going. And how you make sure you do that is try not to always be the guy in the driver's seat of everything.
He wrong for that, baby.
I'm not wrong for that, Didi. I'm right for that. I've always said this ain't about me. This is about us. I said it before. I'm going to bring women on here that a lot of you guys may not initially agree with and try to find common ground, because look, beauty, brains, business, bonds, the kind of women a lot of you guys would want to deal with, they got opinions. But I am still on your side. This is still men-centered content about men for men. So that's what you guys need to remember. When you are on my platform, you are here as a guest. And when you come to my house as a guest, just like on Game of Thrones, you have guest rights. I'm not going to eviscerate or jump all over somebody unless they get drastically out of line. That's not what it is. That gets us nowhere. Nikki, unmute yourself. So that's what it goes. Also, let's see. StreamYard. I'm gonna drop the StreamYard. Hey, Nikki, how are you? I'm well. How old are you? What do you got for me? What are we talking? What do you got on the topic?
I actually agree with the topic in which you're speaking on tonight. In regards to Drake, I do believe that the woman was wrong for what she did, and that Drake shouldn't be, reprimanded for that.
Okay. So are you married or are you
But
single?
I'm married.
Okay, go ahead. You were going to say
I
something?
wanted to ask. I wanted to ask you because I just have a question.
Go
There was
ahead.
a live stream that you had where you discussed the acronyms traps, and I wanted to
The
specifically
acronym what? The acronym what?
traps. It was like tranquility, respect,
Oh,
affection.
uh-huh.
Um, and I wanted to speak on the affection part because you mentioned that monetary value from a woman to a man is not considered affection. And
Uh,
I wanted to ask you why.
well, it's not considered affection the way you guys want it to be. See, with men, it's about respect. Respect is the way we look at love. Love to us is translated to respect. For men's egos, it is far better that you respect me more than you love me. So you can buy me something, but it's the thought behind it. Most times when women spend money, it's not coming from a genuine good place.
Hmm. Okay, so I guess I wouldn't consider myself to be in that particular group, but I do understand what you're saying. When you speak in regards to that, because that was the way that I kind of learned how to give my affection growing up. Because like many, I didn't have that male direction growing up, so I learned it on my own and through the
Right.
influences that were around me. So when I heard you say that, I kind of got
Well, here's
um
the thing. I've often said things that may seem at odds. I would say don't deal with a woman who won't spend money on you, real money. But you have to understand in context of something what I'm saying. There are women who will try to spend money on a man who won't even look at the man in the eye when they're having sex.
mm,
We want what you were born to be, a female, feminine. Money, even though it is important that a woman invest in her man, is a it falls much more in the hard display of power. Hold on, let me get over to go ahead while I'm unmuting this other person. Go ahead, Nemo, whatever you. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Miss. What is it, Naomi Star? Unmute yourself. So as I'm kind of getting into this, Men's Week is next week. We're going to be talking about the. I'm going to be talking about the kind of men that women want to deal with, and men are in process. A lot of people on YouTube, a lot of men on YouTube are young men, 18 to 29. 18 to 29 are what I consider Esquire age. Young noblemen, young businessmen, young thoroughbreds, whatever their masculine archetype is and whatever their plans are. A lot of content on YouTube is for men in process, but then there needs to be the next level. I am always going to be, I'm an image consultant, guys. I'm better suited talking about the second leg of the journey or the third leg. The first leg, I can talk about it. I've been there, but there are many other places to get there too. Unmute yourself. You're not unmuted. Now, even I think it's funny when people come in, I even have it to where you shouldn't be muted when you come through the door. Unmute yourself. It won't allow you. Well, you have to click to unmute yourself. Just like the other folks were able to unmute themselves. Go ahead. So, and just like the women, just like the men, the three masculine archetypes and the three levels of the journey, the women, you have 6 or 7 different archetypes. And my goal is to have you guys kind of understand what kind of fits closest to your archetype, and start to put some solutions going into this. Okay, let me go ahead and open StreamYard too. Naomi, let me go ahead and open StreamYard too, because StreamYard allows me to do a few things different. as far as the panel goes. Hey, how are you? I'm well. How old are you? All right. What do you got for me?
I just wanted to comment on I wanted to comment on Drake and Kanye clearly since that is the title of the live.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't agree with, of course, the way the woman went about trying to get pregnant. That's absolutely ridiculous
Okay.
and quite disgusting. Um, but I
But
also don't feel that that was necessary for Drake to do. I understand that he probably wanted to make a point to women to stop doing that to him because I'm very sure it happens to him often.
mm-hmm.
But I think that flushing said condom would have been disappointment enough for her. And then as far as Kanye goes, um, again, I'm only 25, but I have been a fan of him since I was a very small. And I've watched him change and everything. And I just
Mm-hmm.
feel that personally, I feel that he is a Black man that people label as mentally ill
Mm-hmm.
and things of that nature. I don't agree with a lot of the things that Kim Kardashian does and says, but of course, society labels him as a mentally ill Black man when I just feel that he is a Black man who just wants to be there for his children and also is under a lot of pressure from, said entities in Hollywood.
Well, let me ask you now. I'm curious when you guys say that you don't agree with what the woman did, but Drake shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, they're both wrong. I
No,
think that it's
they're really
okay.
not. They're really not. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't think Drake is wrong. Um, like I said when I was over on the Lead Attorney show, many guys have been told stuff like that acts as a spermicide. Whether people believe it or not, I've heard
Hmm.
this my entire life.
Yeah.
So we keep what value does it say they're both wrong when Drake was obviously trying to protect himself? We never punish women for any bad they do. Let's change the subject. Women can knowingly file false charges. I'm going to show a video of a 70 some odd year old man that got injured, had a stroke, all other kind of stuff, went in the hospital, all because the police came over and a woman was in tears and blamed the man. You know
Hmm.
what? Go ahead. Go ahead. We're at the point to where women don't have. It's like, what protections do men have these days? Go ahead.
Well, in pertaining to that, like I said, I just feel like they were both wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong in both parties taking responsibility. I've been doing a lot of um, soul searching and all of that. Being that I just turned 25, like I felt like my whole life changed. I've been doing a lot of soul searching, and instead of blaming men, because at the end of the day, yeah, they do bad things, but something within me attracts that. So at the end of the day, the only person I can fix is me.
Uh huh.
So that's what I've been doing. But as far as that whole blame game goes, specifically for Black people, I think
Mm-hmm.
it's both of our faults. I think it's both of our faults. After you take away all of the outside factors, the history, the slavery, the white supremacy, and all this other stuff that has affected us as a society, and
Hold,
just
hold on. Hold
focus
on.
on
Hold
what.
on. Hold on. Just a second. Hold on. Just a
Mhm.
second. I want everybody to see this because we're still not getting to the point to where we are blaming women for what they do. We're
It's both
still
of
not.
us. I
Well,
feel
it's
that both
not.
of
But hold on.
us.
Hold on.
Disturbing moment that has It's a disturbing moment that has left an elderly man fighting for his life. It started with a squabble between neighbors at an apartment building. A woman claimed that her neighbor next door punched her after she complained about noise.
He banged on the door, like, or through the wall. Bam, bam, bam.
Body cam video just released shows police knocking on the neighbor's door. 75-year-old Michael Clark answers wearing just his boxers. What do you want? Police react quickly after seeing he's got a menacing sawtooth sword. Put it down! Put it down!
You can see Clark placing the sword on a bookshelf.
Get on the ground!
No.
Then an officer tases Clark, sending him reeling to the floor.
Okay, party's unconscious.
Clark is out cold as the officers drag him into the hallway.
Taser deployed. Hurry came out with a machete.
He's placed in handcuffs. Then, a stunning moment. You can see one cop entering Clark's apartment and grabbing the sword. Then, he drops it near the victim. You can hear it hit the floor. Was he planting evidence? The officer then appears to take a photograph of the scene with his cell phone. Sarah Shelke is the victim's attorney.
You guys hear? Did you hear that? Did you guys hear that? I don't know if she hung up yet. Did unmute yourself? Did you guys hear that? Did y'all hear that?
Okay, there we are. I don't know why it's not letting me unmute myself.
74-year-old man. That woman was drunk, high, had a arrest record an arm's length long, and she said that I called over here because I banged on the door.
Yes, I did hear that.
But the thing is, she
I
lied.
did see it.
But hold on. No. Before she completely lied, she said that she was abused. She cried. She shed crocodile tears, and the cops were sitting there consoling this woman. This, that. I hear you, such and so forth. Look. This woman didn't serve a minute in jail. This man had a stroke. It still has problems to this day, and and the cop is getting off with nothing. My point is, women can say anything. So when you say they're both wrong, no. It wouldn't have been wrong if she hadn't done wrong first.
Absolutely. Now, for that situation,
go ahead.
For that situation, those were, and again, I can only speak from a Black woman's perspective. I feel that white women do that often, the whole he hit me, he raped me. So I can't really speak on that situation. But
we're talking about lying on men.
Yes. Back to that.
So do Black women lie on men too?
Yes, absolutely. So when it comes to that, that's why I said we both need to take accountability.
See,
men need to take accountability.
My problem is you keep saying
bullshit.
you keep saying we both. No.
Women.
Women need to take accountability. And women
absolutely.
Need to be held accountable, legally accountable, legal consequences.
And that's where I'm at in my life. I have been held legally accountable recently for some of my actions. And that's what I was saying. I did a lot of self-reflecting, and I started to realize at the end of the day, did these men do bad things to me? Yeah, they did. But still, I am wrong in what I did.
Yeah, but here's the problem. But here's the thing. Here's my issue, though. Until I pressed the issue, you didn't back up. And you're still saying we both. Yes. I don't believe that you mean we both. I don't believe you changed your opinion. I think you're just trying to move the conversation along.
No. I didn't change my opinion. I think that it's still both of us. I think men are wrong in their own ways, and then women are wrong in our own ways. And until
this is no. This is a chicken. See, this is what we women do today. We're both wrong. No, it's chicken or egg, ma'am. Where have you seen a woman who lies on a man ever go to jail, get punished?
Me recently.
Okay, ma'am, you one person. Let's just judge you as one person.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm speaking from my own experience.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Here's the thing, ma'am. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm honestly not. But absolutely. I don't want to do this. You got your story to tell. It's not about just your story.
Yeah, it's not. And it's
125-year-old story doesn't even make a drop in a bucket compared to what men are dealing with. Just because you were held accountable, my problem is, even with you being held accountable, as you say, right? Mm-hmm. You're still saying we both, as if the scales are balanced.
They're not balanced. We're wrong
So
in different
until we
ways.
start reaching balance, there's no we. There's only you guys. That's my position. Tell
Yes,
me how we reach
there's
balance if we keep saying men and women, if it's overwhelmingly in women's favor. How do we get balance?
I don't believe that there should ever be a 50-50 balance because men are men and women are women. I
What does
don't
that
think that
mean
we are,
legally? What does that mean under the eyes of the law?
as of now, under the eyes of the law, when it comes to men versus women, again, I can only speak from my own experience. I have not experienced that oh, she's a woman, we're gonna take her side bullshit. I have not experienced
It
that.
doesn't matter if you've, ma'am, no disrespect. Take it out of you,
Yeah.
please. You keep making
Okay.
it personal. I don't care about necessarily you. And you say under the eyes of the law, are we treated? How do we get balance? And to me, it sounds what I'm hearing from.
I don't think black men are treated fairly under the eyes of the law
So
because I
how do
have
we
black
get men,
brothers.
men? Period. So if we don't start, okay. I asked the
Mhm.
initial question.
Yes.
Do you first off, do you believe that there should be balance in the law between men and women?
Yes, I do.
So, okay, then how do we get balance if it's incredibly unbalanced right now, always has been, and if we still continue to say we both share? That means for every time you put a rock on a man's side, you'll put a rock on a woman's side. It
Mhm.
won't move. Only when
I
you put
think
a
that the
rock
way
on
to
a
get
woman's side and
balance,
put a feather on a nothing on a man's side or a feather, will it start to balance itself out?
I think the way to get balance, like let's take the Drake situation for example. If he knew or if he had a feeling that for whatever reason this woman that he chose to deal with was going to do that to him, he should have maybe instead of used hot sauce, maybe put a camera in place. That way you can have proof that this woman is illegally taking your bodily
Oh, and
fluids.
then let me say, here's the problem with that. Then if she got
Yeah.
pregnant, you'd have to prove that there was that. How does he prove in a court of law that it was that time got pregnant?
Well, as a smart man, I don't think he would wait until she completely did the turkey baster thing, but just
Oh,
to
so
prove
so in
that
other
she is
words, he needs to put a camera in and then watch her like a hawk.
currently taking it out, and then boom, you're caught. And that
Ma'am,
right
I want you to
there.
understand how. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, man, but
Hmm.
that sounds absolutely zip damn crazy.
And so does
That
the hot sauce.
excuse me. No, 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 no. What no? What's crazy is you women are out of fucking control.
It was crazy. Yeah, that is
Excuse
crazy
me.
that
No, no,
she's the
don't cut
one
me
to
off.
do
Don't
that.
cut me
That
off.
is
Don't.
out.
I
You're
don't play
right.
that. It's not, look,
I'm agreeing with you. I was saying
but
that
I
is
don't care. You can
crazy.
agree, man, but you don't. That it's not okay. What's
Yeah.
crazy is we're sitting here saying how he should have protected himself better. We keep telling men you need to do something else to defend yourself against women versus judging women harshly. So what you're saying is instead of using a hot sauce, here's what you do, Drake. You put up cameras everywhere and then you watch them. So when she goes to the bathroom and if she retrieves the condom, then you can go in there and bust. What if it's too late? What if he went to sleep? Does that make, I mean, logical? Does that make actual practical sense to you that that would be a more viable solution?
Me personally, I do think so. Because if you have that gut feeling that this woman is about to do that to you to the point where you would open your condom and put hot sauce in it, I think that
Man,
that
it
would
has
make
nothing to
sense.
do with a gut feeling. Spermicide doesn't is not a gut feeling.
Or why not use
Excuse me,
spermicide
hold
before
on,
you have
ma'am. See,
sex?
this is why. See, this is more women think like you. You really do. You
I think
want
they're
me?
both wrong. She
Excuse
was
me.
fucked up for that.
No, no.
She was
Excuse me.
very wrong. I said she was very wrong
But
for
you
that.
need to understand what I'm saying. But you're just as wrong in what you're saying because what you're saying is you need to rely on your spidey sense to predict the possible future and then act accordingly. Ma'am, how about this? How about a world like this? In a world where she did something like that and she started screaming to the top of her lungs because she had hot sauce inside of her. How about a world like this? Let me use my Thanos powers. Snap my finger. How about a world like this? Drake dials 911. The
Mhm.
police show up. female black police officers show up. She tells her side of the story. Drake tells his side of the story. They immediately slap her in handcuffs and take her to county for theft. They put her in jail, take a mugshot. She has to bond out, get a lawyer, or go before a court because Drake is suing her for emotional distress.
Hmm.
Yeah.
As he should.
Well,
Yeah,
my point
absolutely.
is, what do you think would happen in the world where that would happen? How many more women do you think would try something like that?
I don't feel that many more women after this incident. I don't think many more women would try that with him. But I do, like I said, I do agree that she is wrong and that he absolutely deserves to take her to court because that is not cool.
It's
That's
not.
not
It's not
cool
a
to make
fact that it's
somebody a
not just her
father.
being wrong. Saxy, Saxy, how are you, Saxy?
I'm doing well and yourself?
Am I missing something here?
No.
Okay, maybe I don't understand what I'm not getting through. So, what do you think?
Okay, I have 7 brothers,
Okay.
and personally,
Oh,
like
that's cool. Me too.
I've had moments where they've talked to me about women lying on them
Mm-hmm.
and getting them in trouble. Like my brother, his ex-girlfriend attacked him, but he went to jail. She
Mm-hmm.
didn't
Right.
when the cops came. And that's like we constantly talk about equality, but women we get that protection on over us on so many different accounts on so many different occasions. We have somebody step in and they speak on our behalf now.
Hold on.
when
Hold
it
on.
came when it came to Drake and what happened with that chick, I heard about that and I immediately was like, well, he had to defend himself. Now, how else would he defend himself? Yeah, he put hot sauce on her. Maybe
Hold
it
on.
might
Hold on.
not
Hold
have
on. Hold
killed
on.
him,
Hold on.
but
Let me get to Denise. I want you guys to take about 15 to 30 seconds. We can't monologue. Denise, unmute
okay.
yourself.
How
How are
are you,
you?
Mr. Samuels? I'm good.
Good. How old are you?
I'm 34.
What do you think on the? What do you got to say on this topic?
I just wanted to share because I heard the caller and I just wanted to share something. We live in a world where we as women, um, we have a lot of rights and we often push for consent, consent, consent. And something that I can't help but notice is where are we setting the rules for men to also express their consent? I don't understand why this lady was like, it's both their fault, when in
Ooh.
reality, men nowadays don't have any options to actually exercise any
Hold
consent.
on.
You
Hold
do
on.
not
Hold
want
on.
it to be a
Hold
father.
on. Hold on. Nemo, is that it? Nemo, Nemo,
Naomi.
Naomi. Uh, did you hear what the ladies had to say? And if so, what do you think about what either one is inputting? Keep it cool.
I first of all, the woman with the locks, I
Mhm,
definitely agree with you because I have a lot of brothers as well, and
mhm.
I hear that side of their story too.
Okay.
Women definitely lie on them. They definitely put their hands on my brothers.
Okay.
I've had to pull up on a couple females for my brothers, so I definitely get that. And for the woman with the headphones on, I didn't say that they were equally wrong in this particular situation pertaining to Drake. I just meant black men and black women in general. But in this situation specifically, that woman was wrong. That woman was
But I
wrong.
want you to
I think
understand,
it was kind of messed
Naomi. I want you to
up what
understand,
Drake did, but I think
Naomi.
she was
Naomi, can you
wrong.
hear me, Naomi? But what I want you to
Absolutely.
hear, what I want you to hear, is that even though it may not be your intent, what you're saying about them both being wrong is more fuel for women to act badly. And it may not be your intent. You may just be trying to be very specific about this one case, but it
Hmm.
creates an environment to where women can say, well, there's always going to be somebody who's going to split the blame.
Yeah, because I'm definitely open. I'm definitely open to learning, like absolutely. But no, I wasn't trying to make it so that they're both equally wrong because they're not. That woman should probably go to jail. I don't
Right.
think they're equally wrong in this situation. Drake should not be held accountable for anything, and I
Well, you
think she
said,
should
but you
probably go.
did say he was wrong for putting hot sauce in there.
I think that was kind of fucked up to make it coochie burn, but I
But
don't
no,
think
no,
he
no,
should
no,
be in
no, 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 no,
prison.
no,
He
no,
should
no,
not
no,
be
no,
in
no, 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 no,
prison.
no, 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 no. No, no, ma'am. No, no. See, that's what's wrong.
They're not
You're
equally
worried about that he
wrong.
put hot sauce in there and that it made her coochie burn. How would it have done anything if she'd have acted like she had some sense? Drake didn't hand her a condom, and he did not, and he purposely showed this woman through asking for consent, using protection. He purposely let her know that he did not want to exchange DNA with her. How is
Yeah, so
Drake
she can
liable
go
for her
to jail.
actions, ma'am?
He's not. I never had said
So
that.
how? So you saying he's wrong? I don't see how he's wrong in any of it.
He simply could have flushed it, but
He
as
could
far as
have, but
that
why?
goes,
Okay, ma'am, he could have, but why should he have to do anything other than get consent from an adult? Why should he have to? Maybe that's the better question. Why should he have to do what you're saying? Any of these other people saying he could have did that? We're worried about how this man chose to dispose instead of how this woman stole and attempted to defraud, and we're trying to make those things equal.
I don't think they're equal at all. Not at all.
Well, we're trying to make you saying that you saying they're both wrong. They're wrong. How is he
She's
wrong?
wrong in her
Okay,
way, and he's wrong in
okay,
his way.
what is wrong about him? Okay, let me say,
Yes.
if you were to use a vaginal rinse, right, and you were to use a vaginal rinse that was, I don't know, peanut flavored, okay,
Okay.
I got a peanut allergy. I go down on you. Are you wrong for using a peanut vaginal rinse?
If I did it on purpose to make you have an allergic reaction, I think that is wrong.
And see, the difference is because you knew we were going to have sex and you actually would be forewarned me. You're trying to say that Drake should say, well, I'm going to put hot sauce in this condom that I'm using to keep from getting you pregnant just to make sure you don't go behind me. I want you to think about how crazy that is. We're basically what we're trying to say is men, this is what we're really trying to do. We're trying to liberate women's sexual freedom. We're trying to allow women to have sex as free as possible through as many forms of birth control before and or after a child is born, through this whole liberation movement or whatever. And we're trying to restrict men. We're basically trying to penalize men for having sex outside of marriage, because that's what this trends to. Don't have consensual premarital sex. You should only have sex with a woman that you're married to, because you need to be able to deal with any outcome, including having a child.
Again, I don't agree with that. I don't look at sex that way.
Well, how about this
But
one?
I know
How about
most
this? How
people
about
probably
this?
do.
Hey, Rebecca, I'm gonna bring you in just a second. In sex, you and I could have sex. You could be on the birth control pill. I could have a condom. We could both not want to have children. If you were to get pregnant, I have absolutely no say so in what happens next.
Yes, I do agree that is the
That's
way that it will.
unbalanced, man. That gives 100%. That gives all reproductive power to women and none to men, outside of abstinence or sex under the bonds of marriage. And that's effectively what
Choosing
we're
better
trying to
women.
do.
I think that for that particular subject, when it comes to men getting women pregnant that they don't want to get pregnant, even if that woman doesn't want to get pregnant either, because I would definitely be making a trip to the clinic. But if a man were to get a woman pregnant that he didn't want to impregnate, simply don't put your penis inside of her, and she should not open her legs.
Well, see, this is
And
I
I learned
hold
that
on, hold on,
personally
guys. This is why
through
I
my own
say,
life
man, you need to go
experiences.
on the
If you
offensive.
don't want to have that baby, don't open
Hold on,
your
hold on.
legs.
This is
If you
why
don't want to have that
I
baby, do
say,
not
hold
put
on,
your
hold on.
penis
You go over
inside of her.
talking. You over talking. Hello, Rebecca. How are you?
I think it's accountability on both sides.
Well, no, but see, there's no accountability on the female side. That's the problem. There's just rhetoric. Rebecca, how are you? All right. Rebecca's not. See, we talk about accountability, but where's the accountability and outcomes in the law? Saxy, how are you? You guys can join in the conversation if you want to. Saxy, Denise, y'all are just holding y'all's hand over your mouth like y'all can't believe what y'all are hearing. Oh.
So we have sex for recreation.
So
and
yeah, I'm
procreation.
sorry. I'm sorry. Rebecca, how are you?
Hi, good evening. I'm well. How are you?
Good. Go ahead. What do you got on the topic?
Well, I do think that what the young woman did to Drake was wrong. I agree that you can't steal somebody's DNA and then turn around and blame them for the theft. So I disagree. I think that that was wrong, but I do think that like historically, like when it comes to like female sexual liberation and all of that, I think that a lot of it stems from back in the day, the law was skewed more towards men when it came to like sexual offenses. And
What are you
so
referring to? What are you
nowadays,
referring? Give me an example of what you're referring to.
like how they enacted like rape statutes that had to do that had to deal with like trying to protect the woman's reputation because the woman's reputation would be used against her in court to say that she consented
Are you
if
talking about
she
it? Are you talking about it in the United States?
yeah, they call them rape shield statutes.
Okay.
And basically what happened back in the day was that women who were promiscuous were said to consent because they were promiscuous, and that was used against women in
Now,
court.
how old did you
So
say you were again?
how old am I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 25.
All right. I need you guys to, even though rape shield these, and let's not use the R word, call it grape or something else that triggers the algorithm. But it's a matter of scale. When we talk about these offenses, it gets talked about like this stuff is widespread and rampant, like the corona freaking virus. And it's not. But the reaction in the law was to treat it like a mandatory vaccine for all men. We are the what was going on with women back in the day, as you say, is nowhere near as virulent as what's going on against men currently. We have massively overcorrected to the point to where men don't even want to be in the same room with a lot of women. Mike Pence rule. Men are starting to respond to you guys saying, forget it. It's too dangerous. This
Hmm.
is a man who got consent, was heavy on consent, did everything he did, whatever he could think of, and we're still saying, well, he could have did it better. Instead of saying, let's lock her ass up for attempted fraud and theft. She was in a private residence. But I
No,
mean, we're
I
making good
agree.
points. Go ahead,
I,
Saxy.
I agree with you, Mr. Samuels. I think that what she did, well, you were talking about the law. You
Yeah,
asked
yeah,
you
yeah,
you
yeah,
asked earlier. I was listening, and you were talking about men and women in the law. That's why I brought
yeah.
up that because I know that example of like men and women in law.
Hmm.
You know.
So, Saxy, you were saying something earlier.
Well, I was going. Well, it's basically aligning with what Denise was saying in a sense, because she was going on the fact that men aren't protected like they should be, and the way that they do things and handle cases with men being assaulted
Now
or
you're
women.
30, right?
Yes, I am.
You have 4 children.
Yes, I do.
Two by two different guys.
Yes, I do. Two
Call back
different.
on
The
call
first
back on
one.
call back on Wednesday because I gotta. I was wanting to call back on Wednesday. You'll like Wednesday's program. But
Okay.
what I want you ladies to understand is this: even sometimes when you're right on the facts, you're wrong on the impact. What men are hearing, Naomi, whether you intend it or not, is Latin. We're trying to split accountability, and men are not hearing that. Men aren't hearing y'all on men's side. Men are hearing that everything comes down to a case by case basis, and ultimately side with a woman, whether it's your intent or not.
Hmm.
That's what men hear. And what is the outcome? Uh, do all of you ladies on the panel want to be married one day?
I am engaged.
Denise, you're married.
Yeah,
Saxon,
I'm
you want to be
engaged.
married?
I'm on my way.
One day.
Naomi, you said you're on your way.
Yeah, really happy.
Are you engaged or what?
I've been with this man on and off since I was 17, and I just feel like we're on a really good track, and I'm very positive about it. So I'm pretty
How old
happy.
is he?
He's 25 as well.
Oh, okay. Uh, as an aside, what would it take for you guys to go ahead and formalize your union if you've been together so long?
Well, we actually just got back together, and he has his views with you, and that's actually why I tuned in because I'm learning to see things. Like I said, I've been taking a lot of accountability
He has
myself,
his
and so has
views
he.
with me,
So
meaning he likes me or dislikes me.
he likes you. So that was why I've been listening more because, like I said, I've been learning to take more accountability for myself, and so has he. So he's been listening to my side, and I've been listening to his, and I just feel like it's working out really well now.
In a relationship, is there a hierarchy, meaning does somebody lead and another follows, or are you partners?
I think we lead in different ways. Um, I can be a bit dominant,
How
but
does a captain lead a general?
I feel that the way that he leads me is in his own. Actually, this is him right here.
Okay.
um, I
Well,
feel the way that he leads me is perfect for me, and it makes me want to
how
listen
did
to
your
him.
father lead your mother?
I have no idea.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you right now what I'm getting from you. You're a bit dominating. No, I
I
think you.
was, I
Well,
was.
I no, I'm saying a bit is an understatement, and I'm telling you what I'm gathering from you is modern, strong, independent woman. Which I'm going to be honest, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I had to unlearn a lot of things that my mother taught me because I did have to watch her be all independent and, oh, I'm a strong black woman and da 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 da. And now I'm realizing that's not the way that this works.
Hmm. Well, one of the bigger things, if you listen to me, I talk a lot about sign language. That need to be right is one of the bigger things to overcome, especially as with
Hmm.
young women, because yeah. So let me do this real quick. All right, we got some more folks in here. Saxon, you should call back on Wednesday. I don't have a lot of time, but if you all want to be married, and Denise, you said you are married.
I'm engaged.
You're engaged. Congratulations.
You
Um.
actually helped me with that.
Oh, how'd that happen?
Well, I don't know if you remember the show where you
You look kind of
mentioned that,
familiar.
yeah, you said that we needed to let go of our toxic friends
Yeah.
and some of our toxic female family members if we wanted to prioritize our men. And that was one of the issues that I had to learn. And I had to go to therapy thanks to you because
Oh, okay.
it's something that you told me. You're like, if not, you're going to lose your man. And I love my man very much. So I'm like, he's number one in my life.
So, how
So,
long you guys been engaged?
well, we became engaged last year.
Okay.
So we're about to get married in the next month.
Uh
So
oh. Congratulations.
thank you very much.
Uh,
So yeah, it's something that, it's something that we all must go through. I think none of us learned the right way on how to be on our role and what to do for our men today.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And it's something that we almost accept. We are masculine, we need to go to therapy, we need to work out our issues
Mm-hmm.
and be the best we can,
Cool.
and
Well,
listen to our
I'm
men
glad.
mostly.
Well, you look familiar, so I'm glad it worked out for you.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? It's funny is like when I really kind of popped last year, so many people wanted to make me a misogynist and a man and a woman hater and such and so forth. And after a year, I'm starting to hear more black women call in and saying, you know what? I didn't necessarily like it, but now I got a husband or I got I'm engaged. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, shit, I'm like a root canal. I'm a
Yeah,
root canal.
definitely. And you know what? It's funny that you say that because it's something that was harming my relationship, and I didn't knew it was me. It's something
Hmm.
about us when we're like in this toxic, gravitating in this toxic orbit.
Hmm.
We tend to think it's the man's problem, but then my now fiance put me an ultimatum: either I want peace and I want you to just shut up a little bit.
Hmm.
So
Just a little bit.
not just just a
Just a little
little
bit.
bit,
We
just
need y'all to
a
shut
bit
up a little
much,
bit.
a bit much.
Yeah.
And I needed to learn that, and
Un
even in
poquito.
therapy,
Is that it? How
un
you say?
poquito, un poquito.
Oh, Rosetta Stone, bitches. Rosetta Stone. I'm about to be Spanish speaking on y'all's.
And that's another thing I wanted to say to you. My only disagreement with you is that you don't have Spanish subtitles.
I don't have Spanish
Big
what? Spanish what?
subtitles. subtitles.
Well, you have to have somebody to put those in YouTube. So what I'm doing is I'm learning Spanish this year.
We need you in the Latin community.
Well, I'm doing the best I can. So my pronunciation is going to be terrible, but we're gonna get there one bit at a time. I actually wanted to do Mandarin, but we're gonna do Spanish first. So let me bring this sister in. What's her name?
Danelle.
Danelle, how are you, Danelle? Gonna mute you guys real quick. Sexy. Danelle, how are you?
Can you hear me?
I can now. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am well. How old are you?
I just turned 30 like last week.
All right. So what do you got for me? What do you got for me on the topic?
I have a bunch of things. For one, I kind of didn't even know this story was real.
You didn't know what?
The story was real. I was
Okay.
talking with my fiance about this whole Drake thing. I thought I saw it on Facebook, and I'm thinking this is like made up.
Well, even if it's not real, it's still a conversation between men and women. So that's why I kind of seized on it.
It's unbelievable. I can't believe women do things like that.
Well, dear, before it was Drake and a hot sauce packet, it was women and turkey basters. This Google women stealing DNA and then
like
using turkey.
Well, man,
this isn't new.
Because I didn't like.
This isn't new. This isn't new. This is not new. Okay, look, there are even movies in popular culture right now to where you see athletes. What was that? She Got Game, or He Got Game with Ray Allen and Denzel Washington and Spike Lee. Guys are taught that women will go into the trash and try to use your condom. And some guys are tied up and flush it. Some guys will denature it I've heard of bleach, alcohol, and then flush it. The point is, guys, the fact that women are going after men to have children and we don't question it, we have to start having this conversation because did you hear me when I talked about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian?
I just maybe heard the end of it because I was in the room and he called me out. He told me you were going live and he wanted me to come listen.
Well, the problem with Kanye is now going, like a lot of guys, dealing with the not having full custody. So the thing is, we got to start having a conversation. And what makes Kanye's stories interesting is because everybody knows Kanye loves his mother.
Right.
But just like all of us, we love our mothers. We loved our mothers and we never questioned our fathers. And now we starting to realize that our mothers were to our fathers like our women are to us. So when a man has a woman that does something crazy in the world, he's like, dang.
You couldn't make this stuff up.
You can't make this stuff up. When a woman does something to a man like that, he's like, well, I wonder if that's what happened between my daddy and my mama. Then you go back and you find out that you and your daddy got a lot more in common now that you're older. So, all right, ladies, I appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to try to stay on schedule. Thank you, Saxy. Call back on Wednesday because I actually wanted to ask some questions about your. Well, come back on Wednesday. Appreciate it, Denise. Congratulations. I don't know how to say anything in Spanish, so I ain't going to embarrass myself. Yo quiero Taco Bell. That's about all I know how to say. And Naomi, have a good evening, Naomi.
Thank you too.
All right. And this person says Tamara. I couldn't see who this person was, but it kept looking around. I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman. So if you want to get on camera and show yourself, that's cool. Y'all see the countdown timer? I am committed to, and I'm toying with the format. But what it is going to get down to is concise. Concise. I need you to get. You got the light behind you. I need you to get all the way on camera so I can see your face. You got to point it up toward the ceiling. Hello, how are you? There you go. Go ahead and speak. All right, she doesn't seem to be following. Tamara, going once, twice, say something, or I'm going to have to say bye bye. All right. So anyway, you guys, tomorrow Instagram, Thursday Instagram, Monday, Wednesday, Friday YouTube. I'll be uploading more short clips. Uh, if I feel up to it, it's about time to start traveling again, getting out there. I got some really interesting one-on-ones, some interviews, some stuff from the field. Everyday people, the attorney, the realtor, the nurse, the PhD.
I'm a PhD.
Yeah, I'm going to come up with, you guys are going to love the content this year. And here's the thing, here's what I need. Here's what I need from you guys. From the members of the channel, I'm going to be making members only content, having members only polls. I need your feedback on what you want to see more of. I've heard people say they want me to see reaction videos. This is your channel. This is a lifestyle channel. But if you're a member of the channel, look in the channel only stuff, the polls, the videos. But the most important people, in addition to the members of the channel, are going to be the patrons. The patrons are going to be the community. The patrons and the members are going to be the rocks of the foundation on which we build the community. This year we will have the Discord server, the forums, all of that stuff, to where you could be a man or a woman, come in to a fully functional, interactive environment. I know a lot of people want to be in what I have on Facebook. Hello, Tamara.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can. How old are you?
25.
Good. What do you got for me?
So I know you guys were talking about like the Drake situation, but can I tap into the Kanye West situation a little bit? Because I feel like it's a little bit different.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I agree that I agree with Drake doing what he did because honestly, like no one has any business trying to do whatever she tried to do with the condom or whatever.
Good.
But
What do you got
I feel
for me?
like Kanye West situation is a little different.
Mhm.
I feel like only with this situation with Kanye West,
You got 45 seconds. 45
sorry.
seconds. You got 45 seconds.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So I feel like Black men need to take accountability for being in the position that Kanye West is in. So when I say that, I mean Black men getting into interracial relationships, and then later when the relationship doesn't work out, going to like Black media and trying to do interviews and getting like on social media to try to get basically like sympathy and want someone to be on their side.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Right. So pretty much I'm just saying I feel like Kanye West and just
So hold on. A couple of questions.
okay.
Was Kanye black before he had a problem with Kim?
Yes.
Okay. So he's never denied his blackness?
I don't think he denied his blackness.
Okay. So him going to black media, I mean, he's going to the media he's always gone to.
Right.
Okay. So I think that's a reach. What you're trying
What's
to paint
a
him. Hold on.
reach?
I'll let you speak.
I'm sorry.
You're trying to put him in the light of somebody who really ain't in the black community like that, who married a non-black woman, and then it fell apart, and now he's trying to dust off his black card. That ain't Kanye.
No, you don't think so?
I asked you. You said he was black before. He's always used black. He's talked black. He's been around. Where has Kanye ever acted like a sellout? When?
Well, I mean,
I'm asking you. No, when?
Well, I would say there have been times where he's gotten co-signs by Trump, and Trump isn't necessarily.
Ma'am. This is where you're
Yes.
going to run the file because this is a lot about your feelings. And, and I don't really get
Well,
it. Hold on, ma'am. You cannot overtalk me. Here's the thing. Um, like it or not, did Kanye West's wife get some black men released from jail, prison?
yes.
Okay. What did Barack Obama and the Democrats do?
I don't think
Nothing,
Barack did
nothing.
anything
See,
for
this is this.
Black
Why
community.
don't you just go ahead and get right down to it? This conversation is a lot about see what happens. You date, get a white woman, and then when it falls apart, she turned her back on you. That's really what you want to say because you have a weak argument. But I'll listen to it.
You
But
said
you,
it's a weak argument?
yeah, it is. Certainly, it's very weak. Let me show you how
What?
weak it is. Let me show you how weak it is.
Yes,
Okay, when
please.
Kanye West and Kim Kardashian met, what did Kim Kardashian significantly do for Kanye West?
What was that?
66 fucking $1 million.
And okay.
Don't even say another word until you let that digest. $66 million she gave her man, not her husband, her man.
Can I speak?
After you acknowledge that she
Oh,
gave this
I
man millions of dollars before she was his wife.
okay.
Acknowledge it.
So
Acknowledge
can
it.
I'm
Acknowledge
gonna
it.
okay, I
This is
acknowledge it.
my show. You're going to run it my way.
Right, okay,
Acknowledge
I'll acknowledge it.
acknowledge what is public information and easily verifiable.
Right.
Did
Okay.
she do that?
Yes, she did.
All right. So, what where or when do you hear sisters giving men that kind of money? Money
Oh,
period.
wow. Okay. So can I argue that?
Sure. What are you going to argue?
So I would say that Kanye West, he actually legitimized Kim because when
I
he
don't
met
care about no
Kim,
man. We're talking finances. Kim had money, Kanye was in a hole. They both had public brands and personas, but Kanye's was lagging. And whether you like it or not, Kanye became a billionaire with his wife.
but
There's no but to it, ma'am. So your story is based on the fact of black men need to stay with black women because when you get with non-black women, this is how they do you, and that is a weak argument that doesn't even stand
but
up to the facts. What happens more often than not, 80 black men are married to black women at an 84% rate, and you guys want to always focus on the one, two handful of athlete, entertainer, musician, guys in the industry that marry non-black women, and because they experience a divorce that mirrors the same things that go on in the black community, you want to focus and say what's so bad. Mm-mm. It's a weak argument, man.
but
You
I
can,
would I don't think it's weak. I think it's a legitimate argument.
so you saying the
The
black woman wouldn't have did that to him?
no, I'm saying that there's a chance a black woman might, but
There's a
I feel
chance.
like
Well, what is the argument? You said that he.
well,
You said, hold on. The argument you said was, I think that this is what happens when black men get with non-black women, and then they get a divorce, and here's what happens. All right, ma'am. Sorry, weak. But then you said, and then he tried to go on media, and now he wants sympathy from the black community, as if he.
yes.
That's bullshit. Kanye has never.
How is that
Excuse
BS?
me, because of okay, man, you're just because you're losing your argument, don't get upset. You said yourself, Kanye has never gone off the reservation. Kanye has never. When did Kanye lose his black card? Is he like off? Because y'all, this happened with Alfonso Ribeiro, Carlton, the guy who played Carlton Banks, guys like Byron Allen, and many black men who marry non-black women often hear this sellout stuff. But Kanye has been black my entire life. He's never not been a black man. You
But
even
I
said
never
it.
said, yes, I never said that he wasn't black.
So why should he?
There's
So why are you making the distinction that he goes to black media? He's going to the media he's always gone to.
well, I'm saying he's looking for sympathy because his
He's not looking
non-black,
for sympathy. He's using his platform to advocate for his ballot position. He didn't go to the black media. He's going to the media he went to before any of this stuff. The black media. That's what he's always used. That's why I said you got a weak argument, ma'am. You're trying to make a square peg fit into a round hole. You act like Kanye went to the New Republic or conservative think tanks to talk about Kim. He's went to Drink Champs on Revolt TV, the same place he's always been. True or false, ma'am? True or false?
everything you're saying is true, but that
Then what
still
does it
doesn't,
have? Then what does race have to do with anything? That's my
it
point.
has a lot to do with it because this is a black man who married a non-black woman who does culture appropriating. And now that his relationship isn't working out, he's going to black media to try to
He's
get
going to the same. The man is black. So what?
right.
He's going to the same media he's always used because he's a hip hop star. He's a hip hop artist. He's a rapper.
Right.
Ma'am, you're trying to make this black, and it ain't. And and here's the honest thing: you got an issue with a black man marrying a non-black woman.
Yes.
That's your problem.
It should be a black community problem.
No,
It's
it's
not
your.
my
No,
problem.
well, yeah. You know what the problem is? Here's the question, then, sister. How about this? Why'd y'all lose him to Kim Kardashian?
That's why black men has to hold him accountable.
No. I asked, why did black women lose Kanye to Kim? Y'all want us to hold them? No, ma'am. Listen, question. See, what did your father have to say about it?
My dad is married to my mom,
That's
who's
your
a
father.
black woman.
Okay, and what does he have to say about these subjects?
I don't know. He doesn't talk about stuff like this.
Uh-huh.
But what I'm trying to say is I feel like Kanye, I'm a fan of Kanye, but I do feel like black men need to be held accountable when it comes to things like this because he's crying in the media saying,
First off, stop saying
Kim,
he's crying. See, this is my problem with you and women who say this kind of thing. You guys use loaded, charged language that undercuts the validity. You've got a problem when a successful black man marries a non-black woman. And you saying black men need to hold them accountable. I'm holding black women accountable. Why are you black women losing your successful black men to non-black women? That's what needs. No, listen. White women aren't losing their successful white men to us.
Because white men
Listen. You got an answer for everything other than the fact of why y'all are losing. And now you want us to hold Kanye accountable for. And I'm asking, where were the women looking to give Kanye $66 million? Where were the women looking to bet on Kanye when he was down bad? What were the black women looking to do that? I'm asking. I didn't hear you. All I hear is crickets. And here's a problem. You think you're right, and the fact of the matter is, women who think like you, y'all are losing. Black men need to hold. Yeah, you're losing because you're not getting married. You're not getting married, and you're certainly not getting married to the men of value.
Well, I am married.
I said women like you. I did not say you. Why are black women losing their high value black men to non-black women?
I feel like it's more so why Black men are
No,
choosing to.
no, that's the problem. You are stuck in that. Black men are choosing to answer it my way.
Okay, can you ask the question again?
Yeah. Look, do white women complain? Do non-black women complain about lose? Do non-black men complain about losing the women of their race to black men?
To Black men?
Mhm.
No.
All right. Why are black women complaining about losing high value black men to other races of women and telling men they need to hold them accountable? You should be asking why these men are leaving. Simple question. If I put Kanye West and all the men who fit in his category, millionaire black men who married non-black women, and we could ask them the truth, why did you choose to marry a non-black woman? Would black women like yourself be willing to listen to what they say and make the changes that they require?
You, in general?
Would black women like yourself be willing to listen to what these men say and then, in good faith, make the changes that these kind of men require?
For me, I would say yes.
In general,
In general, I would say no. But
That's why you women like in that position lose, because they're not willing to make the changes these men require, and other women are. They're willing to give the men what they want.
if they're getting divorced, she's
Stop
not
it.
getting. He's not.
Stop it. Stop it. See, you're moving the goalpost. You got to give men what they want or they will not commit to you. That's why I said you got a weak argument. It's a race-based argument. And
It's not
it
a
is
weak
a race-based
argument.
argument because here's the problem. I've already done this video so many times. Why are black women complaining about when a black man becomes high value, he leaves and go get a white woman? Okay, then why? And yeah, and here's one thing. I've done this video at least 7 times. And one thing that never happens, even when I talk to pro-blacks, I've sat down and talked to pro-blacks. And I said, look, there's a stat that says 30% of black men who are college educated and married report to have dated or dated out or marrying out. And then they went on, yeah, we need to check those brothers and hold them accountable. And I said, well, before that, don't you think it would be smart to ask these men why they're choosing to do such? Because you're losing 30% of your college educated men. Because they hate their mama, they sellouts. No, I don't want to sit down and talk to no cracker sellout coon ass nigga. And see, the thing is, I'm like, so in other words, you want to chastise the consumer for not buying your product instead of asking him, why didn't you purchase our product?
Because a lot of it is based on, you would say, maybe attitude and stuff like, but a lot of it is driven based off of colorism. A lot of it is based off of racism.
Okay, ma'am. Then why were we married at a rate of 80% prior to 1965? Who?
Because
this is, ma'am. I need you and people who think like you. This solely race-based argument or primarily race-based argument is a losing 20th century old argument. You listen. I'm talking to you and through you. Black people have to understand that even if you're right, you're still losing. Black men are asking black women to be what? Competitive. What does that mean? Fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, childless. My entire life, black men have been asking black women for several things. No babies from another man, to be fit, your own natural hair, and
Can
nice. I need you to listen. Are is the average black man getting a woman that doesn't have another man's child and she's fit, meaning 5'4", dress size 4 or 6, 120, 130 pounds, and she's feminine and she's nice? Is the average black man getting that? I don't care her color, skin color. She light skin, dark skin, fit, feminine, friendly, childless. Is the average black man getting that?
I would say you probably don't want to hear it, but I would say in my world, yes.
Ma'am,
I would say
I
in
don't care
general,
about your world. We're
I
talking
would
about the
probably
marketplace. I don't want to talk about your world, ma'am, because that doesn't help anybody. Your world is,
okay, but what I'm trying to say is in different races, you're not going to get all
ma'am,
four of those.
I don't ask about it. Look, you keep you
Can
keep
I
trying to
just get
deflect.
my point
Ma'am,
out?
fitness. 80% of our women are overweight. Today, what state do you live in?
Pennsylvania.
Ma'am, go out to any city in the United States where black people live, and I guarantee you, you look at black men and black women today as an average, and the woman is larger than the man.
Okay, so can I just get this point across? So what I'm trying to say is I'm not I understand I understand what you're saying and I agree, but what I would say is me following like reality TV and keeping up with celebrity news and stuff like that, I see this all the time. I want to bring up another couple. I would say somebody like I don't know if you remember, but when Joe Budden's mother of his kids, when she went viral for saying black men treat Hispanic women better, but then
You're
she
how old,
got the
ma'am?
same
You're how old?
outcome
You're
as
how
an
old?
average.
You're how old?
I'm 25.
Ma'am, no disrespect. I'm talking about Kanye and Drake today, but how often do I talk about celebrity? That's another thing in our
But what
culture. We worry so much. What about the accountant that you know? The single black male who's an accountant. Where are the wives? Where are the black women who are wives? I don't care about Joe Budden and celebrity reality TV. I care about the people who live in your neighborhood. The single
Mhm.
black men who live in your city. Where are the black women that they're supposed to be married to? Where's the wife material?
There's a lot of wavy material.
Really? So, so your position is there's a lot of wife material that black
Yes,
men
if
just
they're
hold
choosing
on,
to
hold
be,
on. Your position is there's a plenty of wife material. The problem is these black men just don't want to marry him.
yes.
Okay, let's take that case. Then, if that's the case, and if they marry another woman who's not black, then it means he did want to get married. Maybe there's a problem with the material.
But I'm trying to argue that there,
You got to deal with that, ma'am.
but I'm trying to argue that there's
You
nothing
man.
wrong
Okay,
with the
all right. This
material.
is a pointless argument. This is a pointless argument, ma'am. This is why I don't deal with and more people were like, you. Kevin doesn't talk about the history of racism, white supremacy, and slavery because it's a circular losing argument. The bottom line is, ma'am, listen and listen very well. The black women in this country today, 26% will marry anybody, anybody, anybody. That's black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Middle Eastern, or other. Listen, why are so few, why is 3 out of 4 black women going to die alone? Black or any others? Why? They
Hello?
don't, yeah, why? Why are 3 out of 4 black women going to die unmarried?
Why? Well, why? I'm asking why.
couldn't make this stuff up.
Because I took race away. I said, why? If white, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, and other men marry their women at a 54% rate or higher, if black women aren't marrying black men and they are wife material, then where are the white husbands of black women? The Hispanic, Middle Eastern, and Asian wives of black women? Logically, I'll ask you, logically, if they're wife material, then if black men are just genetically opposed to marriage, but they're wife material, then other men should be coming to marry them, maybe not at a 50% rate, but in measurable numbers, and they're not. You don't want to deal with the fact that the issue is not black men. The reason we don't have more black families, it's the women.
Well, I would argue that black women
You can argue
don't
what
really
the
be
fuck you
used
want
enough.
to. The numbers tell a different story. And the fact that you're still arguing is another fucking problem. That's really the problem. You're 25, you're still arguing this. And you ladies, shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. This is
Execute Order 66.
This is what is baked into the culture. And it was given to you young women, not through men, through your mama and big mama and them.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits, you name it!
This is baked into the culture.
You couldn't make this stuff up.
She refuses to relent. She is not going to stop. She is going to try to make it black men's issue. And more black men are saying this is stupid. We're not going to keep arguing with you. And unless you have a situation to where you're going to produce more wives for the men who want to get married, don't complain about what Kanye West or anybody else does when they choose to get married. Because, sorry, they're marrying somebody. They're marrying somebody. And if you're losing them, that ain't on us to fix it. It's on y'all to realize why you lost. That's right. That's right.
You couldn't make this stuff up.
You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. Right in your face.
He rolled for that, baby.
So anyway, that went a little bit long, guys, but it was necessary. So y'all can hear, that was supposedly another married woman continue to want to bang on men. Glad that brothers are waking up. Glad that men are realizing that they don't have to take this poor treatment. You better understand that high value men are offensive. They are on the offense now. Self-awareness is sexy in 2022. My hope is the women who want them, black women in particular, get competitive so they can snatch the ring like the other sisters did. Or you will end up buying a dog and dying alone. That's who's crying in the media today. Not Kanye West, not Drake. It's Shirley and them. Until the next time, y'all know how we do this. Peace. Your godfather is gone.